And I need a camera to be on for the Hangout. Okay, the Hangout is started. It's the 3 degrees of Keith Barrett right now until these people join up. I hope I don't have a message that says the show's canceled this week. This is number 36. Well, I'm taking that as a good sign. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Keith. How you doing?
Okay. I'm running
Your
late.
lunch looked mighty tasty.
Oh, you saw that, huh? That's part of the reason I was late.
Totally jealous.
That's part of the reason I was late. Sorry.
I know.
I had barbecue yesterday.
Frank. Yeah, I had a coupon for free hot donuts at the place, and it expired today. So I made that.
Donuts.
With chocolate dipping sauces, too. They weren't gluten-free donuts, unfortunately.
I know. Hey, Mr. Topher.
How are you?
I didn't know you wore glasses.
You sound like Eeyore.
I'm also eating soup during the show, so be warned.
Aww. As long as we don't hear you slurping.
I'm just thinking
it's quickly here.
I'm just thinking his Kermit's not up to par today.
Oh, my Kermit and my Mickey is up to par. Oh, wait, you're doing Mickey. Never mind.
So Denny Marsh is your guest, right?
No.
No?
No guests. It's just the 3 of us.
Oh, I thought I invited Denny, so hopefully we'll see if she pops in then.
Knowing her, she'll pop in somewhere.
Who's got an echo?
Probably me.
She was tweeting about being excited about the show.
Yeah, and you mentioned, I think it was 2 weeks ago that she was your guest this week, and so that's what I thought was going to happen.
I'm hearing an echo, too.
Yeah, I think it's Chris.
It's me. I don't know where my headset is. And I don't feel well enough to look for it. Sorry.
It's going to make the show sound really crappy.
Let me see what I can find here.
Yeah, I thought we could talk about Food and Wine and the Oscars tonight. I mean, just a quick half-hour, 45-minute show.
Flower and Garden or Food and Wine? Either Flower and Garden or Food and Wine?
Oh, Flower and Garden. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about Keith's lunch.
I didn't get to see what Food and Wine was.
How you doing, Frank? How are you feeling?
You should also talk about the first, the 29th.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's on my schedule. I've got the one more Disney Day.
I'm going to mute Chris until he fixes it.
Tiana's New Orleans Bayou Bash. Cars Land. The Matterhorn.
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
So I had to, after last show, dun 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 dun.
I saw that.
Yeah, and
what's wrong with that one?
Let's not do that again, please.
Dun 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 dun.
Unfortunately, the rule Google places on having a on-air hangout is we cannot play any copyrighted music.
Can we sing it?
Like
we can't sing Happy Birthday, right? Because that's copyrighted music.
I don't think that's gonna. I don't know.
We'll have to do like restaurant ones. You've had a birthday, shout hooray!
Yeah. So they actually have said that they will cancel the account if people.
Wow.
Yeah, because they don't want to be seen, because they're actually providing broadcast facilities in the hands of individuals directly to YouTube. They don't want to be seen by Viacom and all the copyright holders as it uses a mechanism.
He's got a headset. He's got a headset.
Oh.
But does it have a microphone? Oh, did you unmute him, Keith?
Oh, well, he can unmute him. I can't unmute him. He has to unmute himself. It's on top of the screen.
Poor baby. He does not feel good. Look at that face.
Hey.
There he is.
Hi.
He's got such a boo-boo face.
Blah, blah, blah. Were you singing "You've Had a Birthday Shout Hooray" like a second ago?
Yeah. Well, because Keith was saying that we can't do any copyrighted music on here. Because like we hummed we clapped along to the Star Wars theme, and that's copyright music, so we can't do that.
Yeah.
And just remember, we
Crack
can
killed. That's all I have to say.
we
Crack
can
killed. That's all I have to say.
Crack
Frankie,
is
you need to
whack.
stop with my weird sayings, okay?
I can't help it.
Is the echo gone now?
Yes.
Good, I'm glad I could do what I can. Oh, Wishes is going on, FYI, for another minute.
I want to be like him when I grow up.
I do. I want to be like Bill Farmer when I grow up. Isn't
I
it
don't
great
think Bill
when
Farmer's
I
a grown-up.
That's exactly my point.
Myself so much, don't I? I incriminate myself so much, don't I?
What the heck is going on?
Frank,
Am I just a head tonight? I mean, I can't see my screen. All I see is just a head, just a big old fat face.
No, I see the.
You're more than a head to us, Heather. You are the voice of reason. Do I
See,
sound
even
like
when
a
I
stuffed
talk,
dog?
I don't. My picture isn't flipping.
My picture isn't flipping. All I see
Well,
is
mine is.
death.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I can always switch it by hand too. But
Okay.
As long as Keith can see us, that's all.
Because you're not seeing all the extra crap behind me, right? You're just seeing the throw.
Sorry.
it's gonna be an interesting show.
Oh.
That's all I can say.
Wait till you hear about my view of the world.
All right. So
The whole state of Louisiana was in Florida at Disney World this week.
Awesome.
Sure.
All of Arizona will be at Disneyland next month, including me.
In Florida, come to.
I wish I could come to Florida. My mom's there now. She's in Fort Lauderdale. For a little bit, it looked like my dad wasn't going to be able to go on the trip, and she says, well, would you come with me? And I said, sure, I'll fly to Fort Lauderdale and see how far it is for somebody to come pick me up and take me to Walt Disney World.
About 3 hours.
About 3 hours.
Yeah. Not bad. I would do it.
Yeah, you pick me up, but you'd have to take me back.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
Well, Miami has an airport, and it's about 45 minutes away from Fort Lauderdale. You could fly to Orlando.
There you go, yeah.
Well, you want to get started since we're like 15 minutes behind?
I'm still
You
lining
bet.
up shots. You gotta wait a
Oh.
minute.
Yeah, we gotta wait. I mean, I'm fine, whatever. I'm glad to start whatever. It's
I'll have you know, I was ready
wanna
at
do.
6:30.
What, Frank? What'd you say?
I was ready at 6:30 my time.
You have been.
Because I thought we'd do a half-hour pre-show to get us all set up, so I was here at 6:30.
I'm moving fast as I can.
I was in bed. I'm about to, when the show's over, or maybe in the middle of the show, I'm going to chug some NyQuil.
Ew. That stuff
Well,
is awful.
All right. So I'm
It's
gonna.
not NyQuil, it's Delsin PM, which is even better than NyQuil because it doesn't taste
I
like
sent my tweet out.
okay. I'll send a tweet out too.
All right.
Shout
So
out!
I'm gonna hit the broadcast buttons here.
Let me pause.
Frank, are you ready with your intro?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
From their spinning teacups, where they ponder the difference between Tweedledum and Tweedledee, it's the Mr. Frank's Wild Ride Show. We're gonna have great Disney talk, music, mayhem, and mirth.
Gosh, oh boy! What's mirth?
So let's round up our hosts as we start up our engines for Mr. Frank's Wild Ride Show. 'Cause Mr. Frank's Wild Ride Show is the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hey, welcome everybody to episode 36 or 36.
Yay!
Yay!
36 of Mr. Frank's Wild Ride. And as always, I'm your host, Disney Frankness, along with my pals, Disney Big Sis. Hi, Heather.
Hey, Frank. Hey, everybody.
And our under the weather, but strong as he can be, Chris Topher. Hey, Chris.
Good day, everybody. How's it going? Hi. Feel free to send me some soup. I will DM you my address when the show's over. But I was up at 3:30 this morning, no, 3 o'clock this morning because I had to be at work at 5, so that means I had to catch the bus at 4 to get to work because of the Princess Half Marathon. And I lost my voice a little bit. And, yeah, but that's, I don't know. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we're gonna find it really interesting on Mousepiece Theater. We'll see if Chris has got his voice or not.
Oh, just wait till my view of the world too. That's gonna be awesome.
So, I think to start out with, we are up against tonight, recording against the Oscars. So the
what?
The Oscars.
I've never heard of that.
The Spanx. Don't you mean the Spanx show?
The tattoo and evening gown show.
Yes, and Spanx. Starved women and Spanx.
What are Spanx?
Spanx are a foundation garment that, actually they make foundation garments for men too, but this company particularly makes them only for women.
It's like
it's SPANX.
Yeah, it's like a fancy girdle. I'm still hearing a slight echo of myself there.
It's not me. I've got headphones in, okay? I'm professional.
Okay. All right. So, Heather, you're I think you've been the internet there following up on the Oscars. What's you see a lot of Spanx, dude?
lots of hungry ladies and lots of Spanx. In fact, even Tim Gunn, I love Tim. He even admitted that he was wearing some Spanx this evening.
You want to hear my Tim Gunn impression? I do a Tim Gunn impression.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, ready? Look at what an Andrew did. Fabulous.
I liked him.
I did
No,
too.
he didn't
I
say he was
think
wearing
he's
Spanx. He said he was wearing some type of male foundation garment. So.
If you could see my face right now, it just looks ridiculous.
I had a joke there, but this is a Disney show, so I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. So and then what tonight? Disney's only up for one award this year.
What?
What movie?
Is it just a man or a Muppet? Isn't it just the song "Man or a Muppet"?
Am I a man?
Yeah, there's only 2 songs up for best song. I thought that was interesting that the Academy only chose 2 songs, and that was one of them.
They didn't have a movie up for best animation?
No.
Oh,
they didn't have because wasn't Tangled last year?
Yes, Tangled was last year.
So they really didn't have what they're doing now is they're just re-releasing they're re-releasing Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and all that. And
They'll clean up next year with Brave. They'll clean up
God.
next year with Brave. That I'm just so excited to see that. And what a
Every
great
little
year for
freckled
redheads.
red-haired girl. Yeah, every
This
redhead.
is the year of the redhead. The color of the year is Tangerine Twist, and it's the year of the redhead.
Fabulous.
So, year of the redhead. So I got to watch a little bit of the red carpet stuff on the E! channel. Of course, my wife and daughter are glued to that right now. They chose that over my show. Unbelievable. So loyal.
They chose that over us?
Yes.
And you know, this year,
Over me?
how many of the films did you guys see this year? This year, my daughter and I have seen all but 3. We wanted to go see War Horse, but she was sick, so we missed War Horse. So we saw all but 3 of the films.
What are the films that are nominated? I don't even know.
I don't think I saw any of them. So.
What are they, Heather?
Wow.
I don't get out to the movies that often.
What are they?
The Descendants.
Never.
Tree of Life, War Horse, The Artist, Hugo, Extremely Loud,
I thought
Dangerously
Hugo.
Close, The Help.
Oh, Extremely Loud
Um,
and Dangerously Close was good.
I'm trying to remember the other ones. Midnight in Paris, and I can't remember the last one. But the ones we did not see The Descendants, we did not see The Tree of Life, and we missed War Horse.
Okay. What did you think of Extremely Loud and Dangerously Close?
For those listening to the show, that is Chris having soup while we're doing the show because he is under the weather. So there's a little clanking going on there. Is that chicken noodle? Because that's what you're supposed to have when you're sick.
It's clam chowder. I need something with sustenance.
All right.
Yeah.
So Heather, what did you think of Extremely Loud and Dangerously Close?
I really liked it. The little
I did
boy
too.
in there was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And I do have to say that one of my favorite actors of all time is in that movie.
Tom Hanks?
Yes. I think he is he's always been, like, extremely talented. What was I watching on Netflix earlier today? The Man with One Red Shoe.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
That, I thought, was hilarious.
You're talking about a man who went from doing a TV show in drag to winning Oscars.
I know, right?
So,
Only in America, folks.
You know, I'm sure nobody, when he was doing Bosom Buddies, thought, oh, he'll win an Oscar someday. I just don't think that happened. I mean, he's a very nice man. He's a talented actor, but I'm just sure when he was doing that show, they weren't thinking that. But Philadelphia, I thought he did extraordinarily well. I loved Philadelphia.
I've yet to see Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a good tearjerker movie.
I heard.
And he voices my second favorite cowboy, Woody. Woody.
Hey, howdy, hey.
That's right. Hey, howdy, hey. Love Woody.
Now that would shock everybody if I got Tom Hanks on our show.
Well, that would be nice.
Something.
You could try.
It doesn't hurt.
Actually, you never know.
Yeah. I sent a message the other day to Tim Allen.
That would be phenomenal. If we had Tim Allen on the show, Chris would have to be at Keith's, and Keith would have to have standby paramedics.
Well, and I'll tell you what, just almost as good is that I am in communication with the gentleman who was the voice of Spanish Buzz in Toy Story, and he's indicated his interest in being on the show.
Yes.
I have one thing to say that. Bueno.
Bueno.
Bueno. ¿Quieres pagar?
So if I can get Spanish Buzz on the show, that'll be fun.
Wasn't that Lorenzo Lamas?
What's that, Keith?
Wasn't that Lorenzo Lamas?
No. No, I don't have his name right here in front of me, but no, it was not Lorenzo Lamas.
Question. Well, I'll talk to you all about this later. I don't want to say it on air, so I'll talk to you about that.
Okay.
But I may be able to get us a guest that's a pretty good guest.
Poor sweet Chris. He's got too much cough medicine running through his system, folks.
No, I'm serious. And Hannah, I know how much Hannah loves this character, so she would love this guest.
Okay.
But I have to hook up with this one. So
All right.
I'm serious. It's not the cough medicine talking. It is not the cough medicine.
No, that's cool. That's all
You have
right.
no faith in me.
Chris,
I do. I'm just really excited for all the stuff that's coming up at Disney. And I wish
I know,
that
right?
I had my own personal plane that I could be on both coasts.
I know one in Hollywood Studios that you can borrow.
Yeah. You know, that's probably the only plane I would fly on and not feel so freaked out.
Hey, Chris, we need to fix your camera. I'm getting like half your head.
How about now?
That's better. For those who are listening and don't join us, if you come to vidcastnetwork.com, every other Sunday we're doing our show. You can watch us live, and that's why I'm telling Chris, I can only see half his head. Of course, he's ducking every few minutes to have some chowder. So,
Hey, and Frank, what was that website again?
vidcastnetwork.com?
Vidcastnetwork.com, is that what you said?
Yes. Is that what I said?
What is it?
Just making sure.
Can't say that enough.
vidcastnetwork.com. This message brought to you by Keith Barrett and the Vidcast Network.
But they can
Vidcast
also
Network is amazing.
They
I
can-
love the Vidcast Network.
Even though all we see is a mouth right now on you.
That's the whole point. It was the mouth of reason.
Although they now can watch us live streaming on Google Plus, so
But
we
you
actually
go to vidcastnetwork.com.
That's where the
and
chat
you'll
room
be able to see the show.
yeah, vidcastnetwork.com is where the chat room is, and we don't know any folks are watching us unless they're in the chat room, but we know that we hear from the people about our show afterwards, so we know people are out there watching us.
We do have people in the chat room. I'm looking. We've got Dr. Tigger and Yeeks and Ryan and Glennie. They're all here for us. They're all here.
Thank you, guys.
And we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in to thevidcastnetwork.com.
Because we're going to give away a couple of prizes from Mouse Surplus tonight, like
Woohoo!
and we want to. We've been talking about non-Disney stuff. We kind of warped the Oscars into a little bit of Disney there, but why don't we talk about now? Heather, do you have for us tonight a travel tip?
I do have a travel tip. Last week we talked about, traveling and having multiple people in the same room and how to deal with a lot of stuff. Even just because with us there were 4 people, but if you've got mom, dad, 2, 3 kids, there tends to become a lot of stuff in the room. And for me, I have to, I take several pairs of shoes with me, whether I'm flying or whether I'm driving. My family just knows there is a suitcase full of shoes for me. And because the worst thing for me is to get in the park and have your feet hurt, and then you've got like another week left in the park with sore feet. And there's just, for me, I have to change my shoes after doing what I do for a living, and I have to change my shoes because my feet hurt. So it's not like I could buy a pair of tennies and wear them for the week or 2 weeks that I'm there. It's just not happening. So one of the ways that we came up with to keep all of everybody's shoes organized are these little pop-up hamper things. You see, they're really thin, and they come color coordinated. All I could find was the white one tonight. So they come color coordinated, and they fold down like this, and they also go in that same front thin little zipper compartment in everybody's suitcase. So everybody leaves home with one of these. And they just pop up, whoop, like that, and then they pop out in the room. And so everybody's shoes just get put in one of these little bins. They're not very big, and you just put everybody's shoes in there. They line them all up, so when housekeeping comes in, they're not tripping over your shoes and your stuff isn't all over the place. And they fold back down just as quick and just as easy as they pop out. And then they come with their own little elastic thing that you just wrap around it to keep it down. So that's a great little travel tip. If anybody has another way that they keep track of everybody's shoes, because if you've got mom, dad, a couple of kids, everybody's going to probably have at least 2 pairs of shoes, and so that's a lot of shoes for a lot of people. And I like to keep all my stuff organized when I travel, so for me, this has been the best way to keep the shoes and everything organized. Kind of a funny little story, last time we were at Old Key West, the housekeeping staff left us a thank you note for keeping the room so tidy. So, but that's the tip for this week. And then next week, I'll show you how to keep the bathroom counter from being all cluttered and a disaster.
Nice. Very nice, Heather.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say that they left you a tip.
Yeah, no, but actually they did. They left me a really nice thank you note saying thank you for keeping the room so nice, and we appreciated. It was nice. I've never had mousekeeping ever leave me a thank you note. You leave them their tip, and because we tip per day, so many people per day when they come in, and it was nice that they actually left us a thank you note for keeping the room so tidy.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, because they have to clean like a certain amount of rooms per hour or per day or whatever it is. So I'm sure they appreciated the fact that you already had your room clean and tidy.
Yeah, I mean, and between the shelving that we talked about last week and these, that's huge. And then the other one that I'll talk about next week, that's another huge way to keep things clean and organized. Because time is precious there. When you're staying at the resort, your time wants to be either in the park or at the pool or something. Very rarely do people say, "Oh, I can't wait to get to the resort and hang out in the room." Not that the rooms aren't lovely and spacious and comfortable, which they are, but time is precious. And if you're spending time digging for your shoes or looking for this or looking for that, or somebody took my toothbrush, it's not good on the vacation.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah, as organized as you can be, it always helps.
Yeah.
I just glanced in the chat room, and Ryan is correct. The guy I'm communicating with is Javier Fernandez Pena.
Javier Fernandez. Wow.
That is the actor who is Spanish Buzz. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will speak to him in Spanish.
I'm supposed to email him this week. When he actually communicated back to me, he was in Spain on vacation.
Ooh, so nice.
And
I have one word for that. Bueno.
And he said that get in touch him this week when he's back in London, so I get to try and communicate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And I love that. Isn't that great? The beauty of the internet. You don't have to try and figure out setting up shots. You don't have to figure out this or that. Just time difference might be an issue, but
we can figure it out.
Yep.
We've worked it out before. With our great producer Keith Barrett on the vidcastnetwork.com.
Brought to you by
vidcastnetwork.com.
Do we get a prize every time we say that?
I have a bell I can ring.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Little dinger.
How many times I can ring the bell?
Keith, my chair looks lonely over there in the corner.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he doesn't want your sickness.
Yeah, that's why I decided to stay here and not be over there with Keith, because
You gonna get well enough for the overnight?
I picked up, I don't have to work that day, but I picked up a few pack shifts. So if you are in Disney World on the day of awesomeness, the One More Disney Day, look for me. I will be working on Moon Street. Come by and say hello. I'm friendly. I like people.
Yeah, One More Disney Day. That's pretty exciting. 6 to 6. And then at Disneyland, they're doing a special treat and meet. Meet and treat. But it's only for 200 guests, and you can start lining up at 10, and it starts at midnight. So I'm like, I can totally see it being full by 10:05, because they aren't going to supposedly let them line up until 10. And they haven't announced who's going to be there, but it's going to be a special treat and meet for 200 guests only.
Wow.
It's me.
It's you. Well, there you go. I would line up earlier than 10 to see you.
Aww.
And apparently,
I would go on the last floor with you any day, Heather.
They get to.
What are you trying to say, Frank?
I was just saying, before we started the show, I was on Google Plus, and I saw somebody posted a story about a couple who are planning, I guess, to go on Leap Day, go to Disney World, and then they're going to fly to Disneyland.
Very cool. You can do that.
There is, I've actually heard a few people that are going to be doing that. They're going to come to Disney World. And then I know of one person who's never been to Disneyland. He's going to spend a few hours in Disney World, and then he's going to head over to Disneyland.
Fantastic. I want one of the ears. I want one of the pair of ears, but it's only for the first 2,000 guests. So that'll be gone like that, too.
Yeah.
Here or there?
I don't care, either park. But they're going to be gone quickly.
I'll see what I can do.
As you know, I collect the ears.
I hope it's not like it was on the anniversary day of Magic Kingdom at Disney World.
Oh, well, somebody had gotten me a pair of the 55 ones at Disneyland, and he set his bag down, and there was another group of people that came down and sat next to him, and when they got up, his bag went with them. He doesn't think that they took it on purpose. He thinks it was like an honest mistake because they had a lot of bags. And so he felt so bad. He's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "It's all right. Don't worry about it."
These things happen. Well, let's try and give away a prize, and let's give away Who Wants to Be a Millionaire hot button.
I do.
You want to be a millionaire?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chris, you can help me watch over the chat room and see who answers.
Okay.
The question to the chat room is, again, from my Disney Seen It game cards. They're not really tough questions. We're always look at there you go. Now is Ireland? Is that Ireland?
No, it's Germany. So when we talk about our next topic, I'm getting ready.
I saw green, so I was ready.
Ooh.
Her Mickey ears have Lederhosen.
Lederhosen, the German flag, in a pretzel, yeah.
Yeah. And I like the little feather on the hat.
I do too. All right, let's give away a prize.
Let's see. Oh, here's a hard one. Chris, this is actually, I wouldn't have known this one. Okay, in the chat room, what Disney animated feature has a tagline, Bust a Move?
No. I know this.
You do?
Yeah.
What animated Disney feature has the tagline, Bust a Move?
Bust a moo?
Yes.
Moo.
Okay, I would know that one.
Oh.
I'm looking.
Aristocats?
No, that's wrong. It's
Not
not
Aristocats.
Aristocrat.
It's fairly. It's within the last 10 years, isn't it? Yes. Is it Home on the Range?
Yep, that's it.
Niece wins.
That's Jeffrey. Jeffrey got it. Okay, Jeffrey, I'll send you the info for the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire hot button. All right, well, stick with us, guys. We're going to come right back, and we're going to let Heather and Chris catch us up on what's happening in Disney from coast to coast. All right. Oh, he spells it Jeffrey with a G.
Okay.
Just to let you know, Chris.
Is it Geoffrey?
I got to meet Jeffrey and his mom at Disney World when we were down there in October. He's here local. I can actually meet him here in Kansas City. But
Nice.
I had to go to Florida to meet him.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, he says spells his name like Jeffrey the Giraffe.
From Toys R Us.
That's funny. Bust a moo. I thought you said bust a move to begin with, and I'm like,
You want it?
That's
You
why
got it.
Bust a move.
This message brought to you by Orange Juice. It's everywhere.
I wonder how many people remember Minnie Moo.
Minnie Moo?
Minnie Moo was a cow over at Fort Wilderness.
Oh.
That lived quite a long time. Died in the last several years, though. That had his or her, I guess her spots formed Mickey Mouse.
Wow.
A huge Mickey Mouse on her side.
Wow. That's quite unusual. Okay.
I remember Mickey Moose.
You guys ready for Disney news? Let's see.
I'm always ready for a little Disney news. How about you, Heather?
I am totally ready for Disney news.
Okay.
I'm eating my soup. I'm drinking my OJ. Yeah.
I think there's something in that orange juice.
No, there was something in my cough medicine.
Okay, I'm going to keep trying to get back to the show. 3, 2, 1.
Gorge, and now it's time for Disney news.
Hey, welcome back. And we're always going to start our Disney news out on the West Coast. Heather, what's happening out there in California?
Well, I need to start the Disney news tonight off on a couple of sad notes.
Oh.
One, I'm sad to report that Ernie McLean passed away this week. He was the jazz musician, and actually from what I understand, the last employee that Walt personally hired. He and the other jazz musicians were recruited to come and play at Disneyland, and one of their things that they had to have is they had to keep their mustaches. And at that point in time, Disney employees were not allowed to have facial hair. So Ernie and the other musicians came, and they kept their mustaches. And for over 30 years, Ernie entertained people at Disneyland. He would sit on the corner in New Orleans Square and play his guitar, and he serenaded me this last August when I was there for my birthday. He serenaded me with a happy birthday, and we chatted for a little bit. He wasn't real talkative. He was a great musician, amazing person, and I'd just like to say thank you, Ernie, for 30 years of making magic for so many people there, because when he was there with the music and everything in New Orleans Square, with the blues that he'd play on his guitar, it added such a feel to New Orleans Square that would not have been there, and Ernie was a piece of the magic. And I don't know if they're going to do something for his corner that he would sit there or not. I would love to see something. Probably not, but, because Walt always said the park would be changing, but it'll always be Ernie's corner. So sad news to hear of Ernie's passing. The other sad news, not quite as sad, is Rich Johnson. After 50-plus years working in Fantasyland at Disneyland, retired. He retired a couple weeks ago, and I obviously, at my age, I cannot remember ever going to Disneyland and not seeing Rich. He was a great gentleman, loved seeing him. In fact, when we would go on our trips, we would actually look for Rich and make sure that we saw him and said hi and took a picture with him and thanked him for everything. I did check in one time to see if I could give him, because they made the Precious Moments, and there was one with the teacups, and then there was another one with the Peter Pan pirate ship. I had looked into seeing if I could give him something, and they said no, that they aren't allowed to accept gifts. So every time we would go to the park, we would make sure we wrote something about him. But yeah, so I wish him happiness and lots of good health. And every time we'd ask him, wow, we're so glad to see you. We thought you'd have to retire. And he's like, no, he says, I don't know what I would do with myself if I retired. So the last few years, they've, since they reopened Star Tours, he's been on crowd control with Star Tours. So we'll miss Rich, but I hope that he has a long, happy, healthy retirement. And God bless you, Ernie. Thank you so much. Some magic that's going to be happening at Disneyland, and Chris and I talked about it earlier, is going to be the One More Disney Day. And that starts at 6 a.m. and goes through 6 a.m. the next day. There's going to be all sorts of fun and excitement going on. Disneyland and I believe the other part, Walt Disney World, they'll be giving away to the first 2,000 guests through the doors. They'll get a special set of ears for that day. And then also you can line up at 10 for a special treat and meet back at the Big Thunder Ranch, but it's going to be limited to only 200 guests. So it's going to be pretty limited. If you want to try and be part of that, please line up early and pack your patience, because you'll be in line for a while. And then starting this month and through all of March, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's Tiana's New Orleans Bayou Bash. They're having special food back there. They'll have special parades, special concerts, all sorts of different things going on for the whole Mardi Gras. It should be a great time. I'll be there at Disneyland, but I'll be there during the week, so I'm not going to get to see this going on. But we were there one year, and it was a lot of fun. Right now, the park hours, if you're planning a trip, go through April 8th. Most of March, starting the second week of March through the end of the month, park hours go 8 to midnight and 10 to 10. And then the next big thing that we're all waiting for is Cars Land. They still, we've heard the June 15th date kicked around, tossed around, put out there, but then people were saying, oh no, that's not official. And then other people come out and say, oh, that's official. But, Disney and rumors, right? It's synonymous. And the Matterhorn is still closed for a major refurb. I haven't even seen an estimated date for it to be reopened. The scaffolding is all around the Matterhorn, goes all the way to the top, and the Howard Johnson's across the street has their Mattercam, and on occasion I'll just go to the Howard Johnson site and click on the Mattercam and see the scaffolding and see all the stuff that's going on in the park. That's a fun thing to do. If you're stuck at work or someplace and you need a little Disney kick, check out the Howard Johnson's Mattercam, and it's got a couple places in Disneyland, one place at Downtown Disney, and a couple places over at Disney California Adventure, so you can get your little Disney fix. But other than that, and all the construction, that's pretty exciting. That 24-hour day, I wish I was going to get to be there. So I'm hoping Chris, when he picked up those couple of shifts, gets to enjoy watching the guests have a great time, because I think that would be part of the magic too. You get to bring magic to people that day.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I love
Chris, what's happening down there at Disney World?
Today was the Princess Half Marathon, and me personally, I let over 1,780 people in and out of the Magic Kingdom today.
Wow.
Me personally. Just in that maybe 2-3 hour span of before the park opened and we let guests in to the Magic Kingdom to watch.
I saw some Twitter pictures of people out there before, so they look like a huge crowd.
I'm going to leave a lot of what I'm going to say about Magic Kingdom to my view of the world, but let's just say that Storybook Circus opens the first part of Storybook Circus is opening up the end of March.
Woohoo!
And it looks so good. We've got crews out there 24 hours a day working on Storybook Circus in the Fantasyland expansion. They are working 24 hours a day just to get this done, and it looks so awesome. Like, it is incredible. I love going and just looking at stuff. I'll get more to that later. But construction is going really well. So end of March, the first Dumbo will be open the end of March, because there's 2 Dumbos now. 2 Dumbo rides in Storybook Circus. The first one will be open at the end of March. But it looks really good. Then we've got Flower and Garden coming up soon. They've already started. The booths are already set up. They've got the topiaries are starting to get set up. The Flower and Garden is going to be in full bloom soon. Full bloom.
That's my favorite time to visit Walt Disney World, is during Flower and Garden.
So you're coming.
I wish. I know. It runs through May, what is it, May 20th?
Yeah.
I still have time to win the lottery.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Or Frank or I do, and then we'll
Yeah, or Frank can win the lottery and take us all.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll all stay in the King Kamehameha Club of Polynesian.
Ooh.
I know, right? But things are progressing. Things are looking really good. Disney World is awesome, and I mean, there's just a lot of construction. Groundbreaking doesn't happen for Avatar Land until 2013. So, but everything looks really good. So that's Disney World.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. And we will return. We'll give out another prize. We'll let Chris share his view of the world, and we'll do a Mouse to Piece Theater and wrap things up. So stick with us. We'll be right back. Okay. Getting a script up for Mouse to Piece Theater here.
So you're going to do Goofy and Mickey, and I'll do hi-ho Kermit the Frog with the cold, you.
Yeah. Heather, have you ever seen Monty Python's Holy Grail?
Yes.
Okay.
We're
doing the fight scene?
No,
the Black Death scene.
we're doing the Black Death scene. Bring out your dead.
Oh.
My parents just saw Spamalot on Monday night.
Yeah.
And they absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And this is one
Who
of
was
the
in it?
What,
Well, you know, Stephen Collins
I don't know
was in
if
it at
it,
one point.
so it's Clay Aiken, but that's not saying much.
Oh, no.
Sorry, that was...
No, but our friend Stephen Collins was in Spamalot.
Yes!
Yay!
We need to have him on again. He needs to do something so he can be on again. Like, I want to talk to Reverend Camden again.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He is super nice. Like, everyone that we've had on the show. Speaking of friends of Mr. Frank's Wild Ride, I saw Mark Mantu today.
Oh, cool.
And he says hello to everybody.
Are we going to talk about Flower and Garden next time?
Yeah, I can get more in depth about Flower and Garden.
Okay, so can I, because that's like my favorite time. And then that when I was there, I did the backstage magic tour, and we went out there to the gardens, and they showed us how they grow the topiaries and all that. It was fun. It was amazing. And that was probably the best $300 I ever spent at Disney.
$300 for that tour. Well,
Okay, can we start soon because I'm starting at the cough medicine.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Get him a chug of orange juice there.
I'm good.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. And now we're going to go again to the chat room and give away a prize here. We're going to give away another Who Wants to Be a Millionaire hot button chat room. So, Chris, help me watch over who's answering here.
Okay.
And let's see. What's the next card here? Let's see.
Pick a card, any card.
Oh, okay. Well, here's one. Actually, I enjoy this movie. Oliver Platt, Charlie Sheen, and Kiefer Sutherland star together in what adventurous Disney film?
Oliver Platt, Charlie Sheen,
Kiefer
and
Sutherland star together in this adventurous Disney film. It's hard to imagine Charlie Sheen did a Disney film, but he did.
Three Musketeers.
Oh, I didn't even see the answer there.
Lenny said Three Musketeers.
Yep.
Good job, Glenn.
Yep. Glenn's got it. Glenny, 1968.
Awesome. Good job.
The crazy person wore tennis shoes. Keith Barrett, you cracked me up.
All right, Glenn, I'll send you the information so you can get your hot button for Mouse Surplus. Again, we thank them for supplying the prizes, mousesurplus.com. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have Chris. And he is going to share his view of the world.
Hey everybody, it's time for my view of the world. Let me just say, I love the change that my view has taken. For those of you that don't know, I am a cast member. I used to work recreation at the Grand Floridian Polynesian, and now I'm currently a cast member on Main Street USA at the Magic Kingdom. I could not think of a better place to work at Disney World than Main Street USA.
True.
It's epic. I don't know how else to describe it. My view of the world may have rose-colored glasses sometimes, but right now, there's a reason. There's just something special about Main Street. There's something special about this world that, in my opinion, a man who is truly inspired created. A place for families to come and enter and forget everything around them and just enjoy what's inside. Enjoy time together as families, as friends, whatever it may be. To go and to just be a kid again. And I get to see and greet people every day that want that. And how can you not have a positive outlook after that?
Yep.
I mean, yes, you have, everyone has their issues and situations and circumstances in their life that they may not be in the best mood at the time. Monorails might have people upset. Travel might have bugged them a little bit. But once you enter the Magic Kingdom, how can you not be happy? I have a little joke that I do at the turnstiles now. If someone has a ticket and they have Goofy on it, I tell them, I say, you might want to go to guest relations and get your ticket checked out because it looks a little goofy to me. And I get a few good laughs and a few good chuckles. But
Just don't tell young girls if they have Winnie the Pooh on their shirt that they have poo on their shirt. People would say that to Hannah, and that really upset her.
No, my favorite thing to do is call our older guest princess. Like the older women, they absolutely love it, and they get so caught off guard. And you know, I call the dad sometimes. I say, you know, the king of the ride and stuff like that. So, you know, the guests, it kind of makes their day a little better. You know, and makes them laugh and makes them chuckle. I had one girl tell me that she wasn't a princess and she was a fairy, and I said, well, I have to be careful. I can't, you know, call everyone fairies. So, but I absolutely love where I am right now. My life has been amazing this last year and couple of months that I've been an employee with the Walt Disney Company. And it's truly an amazing place to work, and I see why people are there for 50 years, for 30 years, 40 years, why they make a career out of this place. Because, you know, the pay may not be the best. The situations and circumstances, the workplace may not be what everything that people think it is sometimes, but there's a reason why I'm working at Disney, and that's to bring people the joy that was brought to me as a child and as an adult.
Yep.
And it's a pretty awesome thing to do, and the fact that I get to do that every day and to be one of the first and last people that people see. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. That I get to be one of the first and last people that people see.
Sure.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, you know, and just to, you know, greet them and say hi and see how they're doing, and you know, and I found out this is the coolest thing. My view of the world just got better. Guess who gets to be trained to drive the train? This guy.
You're going to drive the train?
Wow, to be an engineer on the train?
I get to be a conductor. I could be an engineer. I can drive the antique vehicles down Main Street. I get to work sorcerers. I get to work in the Town Square Theater. There's so many opportunities. Excuse me.
Hey, Chris, I think I can speak for a lot of people that if anybody could fit that job, be the first person to meet when you go into the Magic Kingdom, you're the guy.
You're the guy.
So that's the perfect job for you.
Thank you. Aw, thanks, Keith. I love it. Disney's always been, ever since I was a kid, it was a place that I would come with my family. It brought so many memories, you know, just not only like my parents and my brothers and my sister and I, but also like my cousins and my extended family and friends. It's always been a place where even if I was having an off day at work at Disney, I could always go to the parks and things would just be better. Mm-hmm. And and that's really why I do everything that I do, because I want people to have that same experience and have that. So you may accuse me of wearing rose-colored glasses. I'm not going to say that Disney is a perfect place to work. It's not for everybody. But it is the perfect place for me to work. And that's my view of the world.
It's a beautiful view.
For everybody listening, if you didn't know what happened, is that Chris said, "Oh, thanks, Keith," because Keith in the chat room, Heather, he typed that Chris is capital I-S the Magic Kingdom. So
Aww, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
That's what Keith said nicely in there about, and he's absolutely right. I mean, when I got to spend 2 days with Chris, you know, when we were down there in October, and it didn't matter where we were. It's Chris just in vibes. He just has that spirit that you just can't help but be all giddy with him, and I was. So
I only got to see Chris for like 20 minutes. Then he had to go. He had to go to work or something.
I did. I had to go to work.
Well, he was laid up, see, when I was down there, so I got to spend more time with him because he couldn't really go anywhere. We got him an extra scooter, so he was kind of laid up right around with me.
It was so much fun. I want to ride a scooter every time. It was fun.
Especially
I got to do a lot of perks with Frank. I had never been on an ECD at the Magic Kingdom or at any of the parks. I'd never been to Cinderella's Royal Table.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never been so embarrassed in front of a couple princesses in my entire life.
Courtesy of Frank?
No, that was Chris.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You know what? People say that when they go to Disneyland with me, they didn't realize that there was an alternate Nemo. And I can't get in the subs. It would not be good. Putting me in the sub and then they shut the hatch, not a good idea. But there's an alternate Nemo experience.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
You'll
remember
have to show me that when I come.
she was talking about that on a previous show about that would be where I would have to go to see it because I couldn't get to those things either. So there's no
Shut
way.
the hatch. Oh!
I mean, I still remember going into it as a kid for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yes, I remember that too.
I remember seeing mermaids, out there.
Right.
But yeah.
No, now they're trying to find that kid Chico.
Nemo.
Oh, Nemo, that's right.
Chico.
Fabio.
Fabio.
Heather, you would be a great Dory.
All right.
What?
You would be a great Dory.
What?
Just keep swimming.
I get it! Ha ha!
Short-term memory, Chris. She was doing Dory. Short-term memory.
What?
What?
Why? Mine?
Hello.
You speak whale?
I speak well.
Someone said, I think Glenn just said gluten-free sub. Oh, he said it. It's a gluten-free sub.
Yeah, it would have to be gluten-free.
Okay.
Thanks, Glenn. You remembered.
That's right.
Okay, so something cool that I forgot to mention that I get to do now too. They give us pins. They give us a pin lanyard and pins when we're done with our training. We get to the guests and we get new pins once our pins are out. I wanted to tell you this, Keith, since you are the Adventurers Club. I have an Adventurers Club pin on my lanyard.
Oh,
Wow.
I have every Adventures Club pin on my
Nice.
Keith has one of everything. Don't you know Keith has one of everything?
That's true, but
He's got everything.
And you know, Chris, I have a company training lanyard as well. Maybe we should walk up to each other and just swap pins someday and confuse everybody.
Yeah, we should do that. It'd be awesome. I want to get a lanyard that's all goofy.
I want to be there when that happens and tell you both you can only trade 3.
It's 2.
Is it 2?
Two.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. See, I haven't been bad at it. I said 3. It's 2.
Yeah. We didn't know your Disney stuff, Frank. Come on.
That's terrible.
Hey, so since I was going to say,
You're like a 4-year-old girl who's begging, and then of course you get 5.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Since I'm completely delusional right now, can we do Masterpiece Theater?
Yes. Let's do Masterpiece Theater.
All right, I'm going to put my England hat on now
Okay.
to go with the whole British humor here.
Yes.
Can I become the frog in British? Hi, can we frog here? No,
I saw that Denny is actually in the chat room. I saw her come into the chat room.
Denny is in the chat room. She texted me and said she's going to join us in the after party.
And
Yeah, Denny's probably eating Old Dutch chips.
so I'm doing a shout out to Denny, who she gave us the idea of Monty Python's Holy Grail, and I know that she had originally thought we should do the Black Knight scene, and I thought that was good too. But I started going through the script, and right towards the beginning was the Black Death scene, which I'm sorry, it cracks me up. So we're doing Black Death scene first, but I'm giving her the shout because she brought up the movie. So if you like Monty Python, this is one of my favorites on there. I'm just bringing up the script here. Okay, and Black Death scene. This is we've got a mortician. We've got Goofy is the mortician, Mickey is the customer, and Kermit is the person that Mickey is trying to sell off as the dead person. So here we're gonna give this a shot. Let me take a sip of some water here, some H2O.
All right. Let me take a sip of something I'm drinking. Orange juice.
And his name's on his jug. That's sad.
We think it's he's got roommates.
Welcome to having
sad.
4 roommates. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna try this out now. Here we go. Bring out your dad. Bring out your dad. Here's one. 9 pence.
Hi ho, I'm not dead.
Oh. What? Nothing. Here's your 9 pence.
I said hi ho, I am not dead.
Oh, hey now, he says he's not dead. Oh, yes he is.
I am not.
He isn't. Well, he will be soon. He's very ill.
I'm getting better.
Oh, no, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment. I can't take him like that. It's against regulations.
I don't want to go on the cart.
Oh, gosh, you're such a baby. I can't take him.
I feel fine.
Oh, do us a favor. I can't. Well, you can hang around a couple of minutes. He won't be long. No, I got to go to the Robinsons. They've lost 9 today. Well, when is your next round? Thursday.
I think I'll go for a walk. Maybe with Miss Piggy.
Oh, gosh, you're not fooling anyone, you know. Look, isn't there something you can do?
I feel happy. I feel happy.
Oh, thanks very much. Not at all. See you on Thursday. And scene. So that was Mousepiece Theater.
And poor Kermie, he's not dead.
I'm not dead yet.
You felt fine.
I feel perfectly fine.
Going to be a pair of legs in a restaurant now.
Oh, gee.
That's right.
Gee. That was awesome.
Well, I hope everybody liked that. Glennie says that it was a great job, Chris. He says we did a great job. Okay, Keith, I'm getting better.
The whole Robinson family, the whole thing.
I was actually typing that before he said the lines. That's how well I know the bit.
It's
Right.
well, it's the Swiss Family Robinson.
No, I'm getting better. I feel fine.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, wow. Wow.
Always look on the bright side of life. Different movie. It's Life of Brian.
Life. Oh, you better give me a bucket.
No, that's the meaning of life.
Oh, the meaning of life. That's it.
You're thinking meaning of life. He was doing the song. Always look on the bright side of life.
I had a brother. My brother would watch those movies over and over and over again. They all kind of run together.
I understand. They're
I
great.
like Bug's Life. That's my favorite kind of life. Bug's Life.
Bug's Life is good,
Well, listen, everybody.
even when you're not on cough medicine.
Everything is good when you're on cough medicine, though.
That was so funny because right before the show started, that's what I was listening to was a Bug's Life Suite,
Aww.
which I can't hum a few bars of because it's copyrighted material.
And here at the Vidcast Network, we don't believe in copyright. We believe in copyrighted material.
Well, it's not technically the Vidcast Network. It's Google.
And Mr. Frank's Wild Ride on the Vidcast Network, being recorded on Google Plus.
On the Vidcast Network.
On the
Well,
Vidcast
if you
Network.
listen to the audio podcast, I put music in. I'm a daredevil. There was your bell for Vidcast Network. I actually get a bell now.
Oh, by the way, Keith, thank you for everything you do with the Vidcast Network. Ah.
So everybody in the chat room, we appreciate you being here. Everybody listening to our show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Watching it at different venues, we appreciate it.
We wouldn't be here without you all.
Not at all.
Or Keith.
Okay.
Yeah, soon we're going to do skywriting.
Yeah. Well, isn't there someone that already has the market on that over at Disney World?
Yes.
Jesus loves you.
I want to send a special shout out because this was all over Twitter, and I have to say it is that one of the Granddaddy podcasts, WDW Today podcast, just had their 1,000th episode.
I love those guys over there.
And
I love them.
I sent them a
I'm
message.
friends with them.
I sent them a message, and I meant that is the message I sent was we appreciate them so much because those are some of the guys who led the way for letting us be able to share our Disney fandom this way. So
that's right.
We appreciate what they've done and what they keep doing over there.
You know, back to the Skywriter, I was going to say, seeing the words "Jesus loves you" as you're afraid to fly and riding on the Magical Express, headed to get on your plane, and seeing the words "Jesus loves you," not a comforting thing. Not a comforting thing.
Good jumped up, Chris. Somebody needs to pat him on the back.
You killed him. Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet. I feel fine. I'm getting better, I think.
I'm just saying, it's not so comforting to see that if you're a white-knuckle flyer like myself and you're on the Magical Express, which is the saddest bus ride you'll ever take when you're headed back to the airport, and see Jesus loves you.
No, not exactly the best time, but oh well.
Right, well, you know the worst? God's waiting.
Yeah, that's true. That would be worse.
I'm even funnier on cough medicine.
On
Frank,
that note,
that was
good
one
night,
for Frank's,
everybody.
That was one for Frank's hot button.
Yeah, we think it's cough medicine.
We seem to be made to suffer.
Yeah, so
When I grow up, I want to be like you, Frank.
so do I. Funny
Actually,
enough.
when I grow up, I want to be level-headed like Heather.
How am I supposed to respond to that?
Well, I go in a good way. Heather, it's all good.
So should we
Okay.
sign off?
Yeah,
Yes,
let's sign.
we should try and sign off.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you want to follow us, Mr. Frank's Wild Ride on Twitter, Mr. Frank's Wild WLD Ride on Twitter. I'm Disney Frankness on Twitter, Disney Big Sis, and Chris_Topher.
Which might be Disney Topher soon. I haven't decided yet.
Because everybody else is Disney something. We had this discussion on a prior show. He feels left out because he doesn't use Disney in his Twitter name.
I think you should be Prince Topher again. I like that.
Prince Topher is still around, but I don't use that Twitter handle anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make it Main Street Topher.
That's right, Main Street Topher.
Oh, yeah!
There you go.
I'm going
Main
to tell a
Street
story.
Topher.
I'm going to tell a story, but it's going to wait until the after party.
Okay, we gotta wait for the after party.
So check us out. Our website is Mr. Frank's Wild Rides, RIDES.com. And we have our audio podcast there. And I'm starting to learn how to take a few of the shows we've already recorded to try and put them over there. I've still got to talk with the web hosting company and figure out how to do it better. But you can always check us out. Vidcast Network has our reruns. That's what I like to call them. And then they're also the you put the generic episodes out on YouTube, right, Keith?
Yeah, the raw hangouts are on my YouTube account, and I assume they're going to be yours as well eventually. But
Yeah, we got
so people can watch the show as a formatted broadcast, or as a raw hangout, or as an audio podcast.
Yeah, we're out there in like 4 different ways you can catch us. So we're on iTunes, our website,
TheBigCastNetwork.com!
vidcastnetwork.com.
We're like potatoes. There's several ways to enjoy us.
You can never have just one, Mr.
Oh my
fried,
God.
scalloped.
Right now, I'm mashed, baked, fried, and scalloped.
Yeah, and we like him scalped the best, really.
Wait, I'm not baked. I'm
No,
just mashed, fried, and scalloped.
Okay, all right.
All right, I gotta.
Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye!
Take care of one another. Be kind to each other. Spread a little Disney magic where you can. That's all.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all, folks.
Okay, so I have to
Good
restart.
see you, Frank.
I have to restart the hangout. for the after party.
Okay.
So, we
Okay.
exit.
So,
Bye,
and
guys.
I'm gonna invite Denny to the after party.
Hugs to all. I have to go.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, Heather.
Bye.
Heather. Hopefully you got your show recorded.